the game wasn't good enough, then I wouldn't have. This is a game that I feel has been worth the money I spent. Okay, now why is this? Oh, error. Did I drop? Wow. Okay, that was weird. Error 2000. Usually it's error 3000. So yeah, even though I'm kind of being a little harsh on the game, it's only because I enjoy the game and I would like to see it improved. Now, the roadmap, they do have a roadmap to this game, and they've kept pretty spot on that roadmap. And one thing that they are planning on doing eventually is add the ability for people to mod the game, which I think would be a huge benefit. I mean, just imagine some of the equipment we might see. Instead of a Frankenstein, we might just see a big conveyor belt, kind of like what the Hoffmans had. And just, all kinds of interesting things. Then you're more likely going to see the obscene stuff like a excavator that hoards enough dirt to overfill the largest wash plant, which is, I don't like mods that get that unrealistic, personally. Okay, we're getting some random nuggets. Some of the random nuggets are a little large in my opinion. And I got stuck. But I do maintain that random nuggets are a part of mine. So, okay, let's just kind of try to make some money. So let's get a little faster if we can. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm actually getting it in. I might have to lower the buckets. So as always, if any viewer has suggestions, ideas for other games, feel free to send a private message. Who knows, I might have the game. Yeah, me too. It's like Car Mechanic. Some of those, it's like, are just crazy. And then there's some mods for Truck Simulator, both Truck Simulator games that go a little far. I like, I guess I like my mods like I like my classic cars. I don't like when they turn a classic car into this hot rod. I like when they keep them original. Yeah, me too. And that's another game I'm gonna start streaming again. I already pre-ordered Farm Sim 19, but yeah, some of the mods, I think every game has that issue. Some people just, no disrespect to those people, but they waste their talent on ridiculous, unrealistic things. I like realism. So if you're gonna bring, a new piece of equipment in this game, don't make it so like a conveyor belt is gonna run off of a drop of fuel for 5 days. I can see that already. Or don't make it so an excavator has 5,000 gallon tank. It's, I can see those things happening, but what it comes down to is the actual players decide if a mod is good or not. So if someone makes an unrealistic mod, then it's up to players, to say, hey, this is a great mod, or this ruins the whole concept. And I've done that a number of times. I've commented on mods saying, the great visuals, but unless certain parameters are modified, it's too unrealistic. But like I said, I like my classic cars to stay real as well. Classic car to me is when you redo a classic car, it should look like it looked for the most part when it came off the showroom floor. Now that's one thing I've mentioned so many times. It's like you either have to hand, this portable power generator, or you have to go with the huge trailer. I want a generator that you tow behind your truck. That's not, or even a combination. Why can't we have a generator that also has a water pump? And if you think about it, it could use one motor, one gas-powered engine to not only pump water but supply power as well. Those kind of mods I would really embrace. I don't think those are unrealistic. They make them. They're not very common, but just kind of make them look like they've been rigged up, like just put together by various parts. But that would be interesting because, like I said, if you think about it, water pump and the generator, they basically use the same type of engine. So there's no reason why you couldn't use a single engine to run a pump and a power generator. Just don't make it too overkill. Yeah, I've noticed that. And that's another reason I also started streaming on YouTube. I had some viewers that had problems. And I've had problems. I stream, I have on one of my screens, I'm watching my stream. And YouTube stays pretty consistent for the most part. Twitch, on mobile especially, has had trouble. They fixed some of the problems, but there are still issues. Another reason I switched to YouTube, including YouTube, is I have no desire of becoming a partner. I don't want to use streaming as a supplement to income. So I'm stuck with videos that get deleted after 14 days. So I added YouTube just so I can, have videos stay alive a lot longer. I don't think I'd want to, go through the hassle of being a partner. There's too many rules that I disagree with. If you're a partner of Twitch, you can't stream at the same time on other services. They demand exclusive rights to the live feed. And there's just a lot of that. Just a lot of streamers I've talked to really look at it more of a pain in the butt than anything. So, someone like me, like I said, let's just scrape my teeth off. I'm not looking to make money, so I could care less about the partner program and all that stuff. But one thing I will say is that a lot of people that do make money by streaming on Twitch, they're not taking advantage of tax breaks the way they should. I remember a few streamers that wanted to go to that TwitchCon, which I was invited to, and they, I don't know. And then I pointed out, yeah, I mean, I make plenty of money doing the work I went to school to learn. And I dabble with the market. I mainly focus on bonds and stuff like that, more secure. But when you basically streamers, they're private. They work for themselves basically. And so like their trips, they can write off on their taxes if it's work related, which going to TwitchCon would be considered work related. They can, their air flights, all of that. Well, yeah, that's the way to go if you're gonna go with stocks, definitely. You just have to be careful. I mean, it's so oh. I mean, I've seen a lot of stocks that would usually be considered safe just go in the trash. But talking about streamers, there's so much you can write off on your taxes. Trips, the air flight, the hotel, etc., your internet service, at least part of it, if not all of it. Any upgrades to your equipment you have to make. Because if you're making money streaming, then those are all expenses. Even buying the games, you can technically write off so much of that. Boy, now I'm losing 11 minutes ago. Okay, I lost a few frames. So, I was a private contractor years ago. Used to teach computer courses, stuff like that, privately. Worked for an internet gaming company in another country. Was able to write off my internet service, my cell phone. Back then, cell phones were not what they are now. And a number of other things. I basically maintained their 40 plus servers that they used to run their games. So yeah, it's definitely something that streamers should fully understand tax law. So many of them don't take advantage of the tax, the write-offs. Now, as far as tax write-offs, there's some I can't stand, and they're the ones that especially rich people take advantage of. For example, Now this is, I learned about this many years ago, but this still holds true. If you buy a yacht, so you spend $5 million on a yacht, and you conduct 2 meetings, you discuss business on that yacht at least a few times, you can literally write off the expense of the yacht on your taxes over so many years. You can't just do it in 1 year. If you go out to dinner and you bring up business at any time during that dinner, you can write off that dinner as an expense, even if it's not technically a business dinner. But here's the really, oh no. You know what? Seems like oh wow. Okay, this is the first time. I've never had a generator go out. But hey, that's, I do like the breakdowns, like I said. Okay, so what is this that broke? And how do I take it out? Is it the... Might be the screwdriver. Might have to go around the back. Now, I've never had this part go out on me before. And of course, my stupid lamp has to be right in the way. Yeah, I know it's a screwdriver, but it's... How did I get enough of it undone? No. I think I'm going to have to move this light. And even the light bulbs in your floodlights go out. You can buy spares of those. I have not had one go out yet, but it can go out. And of course it had to happen, this part had to break at the, okay, yeah, I think this is, yeah, here we go. Okay, so, okay, what the heck? I think there's another area that has a screw as well. No. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, that's moving. I think there's gotta be one more somewhere down here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh wait, I just saw it show up. Yeah, sometimes the mouse just does much. Let's see if I seem to, of course. Wait. Okay, there's one. Oh. Yeah, this is one item I have not changed out. Okay, I unscrewed those two, but still not coming out. So there's got to be another one somewhere. Somehow I think I'm just unscrewing the same one. Seems like they would have it where you could see it better. I mean, there's only two. Well, I've unscrewed both. There we go. You just have to cross your eyes or something. Okay. So, ideally, oh yeah, speaking of repairs, when I did have, there's a skeleton there, pumpkin in there as well. When I had the large power generator and I had that deep freeze, when I came back, all of the buttons for that generator had been busted. So yeah, everything that could happen, even my fuel lines, I didn't notice that the fuel lines had busted. And let's see. Come on, go back. Thank you. And at the beginning of let's see, what part is it? I don't like how this jumps around like this. So when I packed it away for the winter, I had like 88% fuel. There we go. When I was done, I might buy 2 of these. When I was done, oh come on, did I not buy it? Crap. When I was done, when I figured out that I had a leak, I ended up with 16%. Come on. Or is it? Okay. Yeah, okay, I already had 2 in there. There we go. Okay, let's go grab one. So yeah, I lost a lot of fuel before I even noticed that that the cold weather really screwed up my parts. So yeah, that was a very expensive lesson. Oh man. Well, we got plenty of these now. Crap. Oh well, better to have too many than not enough, I suppose. Yeah, the control, I mean, parts of the game are best controlled with the mouse. Other parts, obviously, driving the vehicles and controlling the vehicles, I personally think it's better to use the controller. It's too much of a pain to drive some stuff with me. Okay, yeah, now I see the screw just fine. Okay, put this one in, and boom. All good. All replaced. Das ist gut. Okay, now let's get off our squatting. Let's crank it up and let's See how much further we get before we have another screw up. Oh man, I left the light on. That could have been bad. Man, I'm getting close to running out of dirt there. So let's start over here. Now I have to be a little cautious. I don't want to break teeth. I think I might be able to back up a little bit more without worrying. Actually, after this bucket, whoops, I moved it. After I fill that last bucket, it's cleanup time. Trying to go slow. I need to make sure I'm not digging the dirt out of under my equipment. Okay, I've got quite a ways still. Okay, what percentage am I? Oh, I thought it was 90. Okay. Got lots of room. Trying to do this as gently as I can so I don't create damage. Yeah, I had someone coming yesterday. I was playing a Euro Truck. They were quite upset that I wasn't playing a Gold Rush. And I haven't seen them come in today. Which is kind of odd, but hey, it is what it is. Come on, that warning came up before I even touched the ground. Now, what was that? I swear, sometimes it looks like this bucket has a vacuum. That'd be kind of cool. Now, I also watched the other gold programs such as the dredges, underwater divers and all that, and tell you the one that oh gosh, I forget his name. Oh, why can't I remember his name? Out at Nome. He's one of the bigger gold miners out there. But the barge he is developing kind of looks like what they use in South America. Basically, has a big arm that goes down, grinds up the dirt and the bedrock, and sucks up all the stuff through a hose. Now, if he actually builds that thing, I think it's going to be of a major benefit. And it'd be kind of cool if this game, okay, wait, no more. It'd be kind of cool if this game actually allowed using barges like Tony Beats is trying to. Okay, wait, I'm going to have to turn it off over here, because I need those lights. But, yeah, it would really be nice if, okay, that one didn't look full. If we could actually set that up. But, the physics, being able to flood this area with water, it's just not something that it's not something that the game was designed to do. So that might be a little problematic at best. Okay. But it would be fun. I would love to be able to mess with a dredge. Like what Tony? Wow, look at that! Oh, that always looks like it's cut. So here's the hoping. I'm not saying that it'll never happen. I just think that it would require too many changes to the game to make it possible, at least short term. So hopefully we can get enough. We definitely need to go into town, unfortunately. We're not really getting as much as I would hope. Okay, is that done over there? So hopefully I'll be able to leave this setup here for at least a while without moving it. Well, it looks like we'll at least get 20, maybe 22. But yeah, I'm gonna, and before we go into town, I'm gonna check prices on equipment. With it, wow, that only had 50 some odd %. Someone didn't do their job with the buckets. Wow, this does not look. Wait, is that empty? This looks empty. Have I already done all these? Wow. I got cheated. This bucket wasn't 100%. Yeah, I think it might be. There is another group that has been developing a mining game. Unfortunately, the company that decided to do the research to make that possible decided after the initial results came out, nah, this is not the type of game we're known for. And I have a friend that actually works for this company, and a group of them asked the company, and I won't mention the name for obvious reasons, and they asked the company if they go work on it in their off time. Boy, look at the sparks. And the company agreed. So now they're working on this mining game on their own time. And my friend has sent to me copies of the very, very, very early. I wouldn't even call it an alpha. But based on what I've seen so far, the physics and the way the dirt looks, it's a lot better than this. But here's the problem with that. And that is that since they are now forced to work on it after hours in their own house, homes, or whatever, it slowed down the development of that game to the point where, it could be a year or two down the line, which by that point, people might have had their, fair share of mining so it might not be relevant. Okay, I'm gonna check out what you were saying, that prices might be different. So the Frankenstein units, 519K. Okay, so let's see. The bulldozer, actually no, we need a drill. The drill is 164. Okay, so I'm going to remember those two. And of course, the front end loader, which, none of this is stuff we need yet. So I'm going to focus on those two, as well as, let's look at least one. Man, I hate that. Let's focus on a shaker or a trommel. Or not. Okay, this one's 41,000. Wow. Wait, where's... I want to at least get to the point. Okay. This one is 25K. Okay, so we got some prices. Okay, so after we go smelt the gold, because obviously we need to smelt the gold, once we get to daylight, I think we're going to run fairly close to running out of money. Sorry for the darkness. Actually, we're almost on midnight now. Turn on differential. Now, just remember the differential in this game does tend to use a little more, wrong switch. Does tend to use a little more fuel. Boy, look at all the skid marks. This is from the last time I played. This is crazy. Oh, yeah, way to go. I'm glad I have that spare tire. Now, another thing I don't like is if you damage if your hood comes off, at least I haven't figured out a way to replace it. And I know last holiday season, they actually offered kind of a gift of a free, kind of sporty looking hood. Basically, it looked like you could have a bigger air breather on your engine. Kind of cool, but another pumpkin. And they got pumpkins everywhere. A lot of pumpkin pies were made in the creation of this little update. Where's my pumpkin pie? Code Horizon. One thing I did mention to them is like there's a few streamers like myself who have remained faithful to their product. While a lot of streamers, when it first came out, a lot of people streamed this game, and as soon as they got to the tier 3 wash plant, it basically looked more like a PowerPoint presentation, and a lot of streamers basically called it a piece of trash. Oh, nice. Look at that jack-o'-lantern. And I was, kind of disappointed at the lack of support and appreciation that the company really extended to the streamers that have hung in there. Okay. Well, that's annoying. We always lose 2 ounces. Okay, so we have to have 15 minutes. And then that last 3 ounces, of course, that's gonna take now why is this lit up? That can look like something else that I won't mention. Yeah, even though I have an adult warning on my stream, yeah, we're not gonna go there. They over-exaggerated the shape of that hitch. I'll leave it at that. Too bad these aren't collectible. No. Bummer. But yeah, and then I start thinking, how much fun would it really be to operate a dredge? Oh, my shiny bar, which technically doesn't really come out shiny at all. See, come on, they didn't even, hey, how come it's climbing the wall? That's freaky. Yeah, get in there, you so-called shiny bar. Okay, now another. I don't like the clicking. Probably more entertaining than moving them around. They always seem to try to do something a little special for bigger holidays. I was hoping they would have done something for Easter. No, I don't expect them to do anything for like the 4th of July, since the 4th of July is a U.S. holiday, and they don't reside in the U.S., so I get that one. And why can't we get on this? That'd be kind of funny. So the way the game stands now, we can use our magnetite as we add more. We can do upgrades. And the first upgrade I would probably do, some would say at a time. No, I would change, or the loss actually, and then the max. The loss, obviously, 2 ounces for every 20. That's that's a considerable amount. You could have to, yeah, the cost isn't a bad way to go either, but for me, losing 2 ounces for every 20, yeah, that's what? That's that's 10% loss. And of course the max, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous to me that we have to 15 minutes too. The price, yeah, I have a problem with the price as well. But I have a bigger issue with the loss and the time. So we got our. It's funny how a 3 ounce can look the same size as a 18 ounce. Okay, let's go to the bank before we run out of money. And then we'll go to the gas station. Maybe we'll smash some pumpkins. That sounds kind of fun. And then we'll go look at the price of that equipment up close and personal to see if the price, I think Hey, there's always a nice big. Now watch, I'm gonna damage my truck doing this, but. Oh, boo! This is just kind of, you should focus on that. Focus on that area that I was just at each holiday. That's all I'll say. Okay, I'm gonna leave that on. We're not gonna be in long. We need to get money. Whoops, too far. Okay. Yeah, hey, it took the 20 ounce or the 18 ounce first, even though I chose the other. So we are 31K. And look at, we did end up selling kind of on the higher end. It was slightly higher before, but not bad. Now, I'm glad to see that they've actually added. So let's say we want to, man, I hate how, okay. I wish this wasn't so touchy. And even with the mouse, okay, let's say this. This should bring our, well, it didn't bring it down much, did it? Scumbag game. Okay, let's go look at the pumpkins and yeah, I see them. Hey, they're in the middle of the road. It's like they're literally begging you to take them out. Oh, I didn't get enough speed going. I wanted to pick up speed and then slam into them. Slide into them. Man, I hate to save. Put the brakes on too early. Okay, well. And you said you can pick these up? Or you can move them? Okay, well that's, I guess that's okay. All we need is pins. Have our own bowling competition. And of course, getting a phone call. I'm not gonna worry about the phone call. Thought I turned it on silent. This time of, oh gosh, looking at the phone instead of when I'm driving. Unfortunately, with election time coming up, we're swamped with calls. And I always thought that they weren't supposed to contact you by cell phone. My wife in particular has gotten a number of text messages. Okay, I always park out here because it's just easier. Turn off these. Okay, so let's look at the Frankenstein first, which was this over. Oh, it is the same here. Wow. Now, I could have swore that was 480K. So far, this is not, yeah, it seems the same price as on the tablet. But here's the thing, I distinctly remember the Frankenstein unit being okay. But this looks like the price that this machine is on hard. And I believe I'm on, I'm not on hard difficulty, I'm on easy. So I can turn things off and on. Yeah, that's true. As it should, but technically speaking, looking at it from an economy point of view, the prices should go down as the season goes on because they get more desperate to sell the equipment. So yeah, that would be my argument about prices going up. I know of no economy where prices go up as the season of work moves forward and they get more desperate to offload equipment. Even in the farming, like when certain crops are getting close to being picked, they're gonna charge more for that particular equipment leading up to that, as opposed to what they would charge, when you're, halfway through that season. So yeah, the economy aspect, they got the gold right. The gold, they got pretty spot on in my opinion, as far as the market. If you watch the gold market in real life, which I do, since that's one thing I do invest in is gold. I think gold is safer than a lot of the stock market, to be honest. But the value of gold fluctuates by the hour. Okay, I'm gonna just set this here. It's kind of a nice addition to squeaky brakes. I've always liked that. It's touches like that mean the most to me. I know that might sound funny, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm not sure how much more fuel. Okay. Let's get this going. We need to turn the water pump back on. But I remember how long it took them just to give us the water pumps. But, they did promise them and we did receive them. So that's another reason why I remain kind of loyal to the game. Is they are keeping their promises, their roadmap, they're keeping loyal to that. And they've, like I said earlier, they've given us so much more than most developers would. Actually, I'm just going to jump in that way. Oh, I should have fueled this up, huh? I don't... We'll see how far we can get with about half a tank. So yeah, it kind of got me mad, like I said, when people complained about making Frankenstein a DLC. It wasn't that expensive either. But I guess my only complaint about making Frankenstein a DLC is they could have added a few more things to that DLC. if I recall correctly, there wasn't much more than the Frankenstein added. So, I try to look at all sides of an issue, so I could definitely see how people were angry. But then I also see the side of, hey, look how much they've given us without charging more. And look at the game now. You can pick up the whole game, DLC, all the extras, the poster and artwork, all for under $20. Boy. I had someone I know that actually runs excavators kind of mess with this. Had two joysticks hooked up kind of to make it feel like a real excavator. He said these things were so underpowered. Okay, well, I'm glad we went to I'm glad we sold. Yeah, I had him try this out, and I just said, well, hey, you work with these heavy equipment all the time. Tell me what you think. And the one thing he did say, the excavator was extremely underpowered. And I even cheated and trained up every worker possible to improve on how everything ran. But I know how to program, and you really have to consider the difficulty of programming actual physics into a game. It's not as easy as a lot of people think it would be. I mean, some developers have done a better job than others at kind of imitating physics. I know, like Kerbal, the Kerbal Space Program, they did a fairly decent job at kind of simulating gravity and stuff like that. And there's a few streamers who I really enjoy who are more of educational streamers. And they use Kerbal as a way to educate people on science. And I've heard of teachers using the game to kind of teach basic, physics and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Even though it's not exactly Earth, gravity and all that, it's still enough to at least teach you the basics. The way I look at it, anything that will captivate people and, wow, what was that? Oh no, hydraulic hose. Yeah, this is moving very slowly now. Okay, I need to put this somewhere. Oh, come on. Okay, I need to rest this here. Well, so much for, oh man. Okay. I hope I have this where I can, oh wait, no, I need to wrench. Wait, There's another tooth rope too. Yep, so it looks, oh man, that's too high. I don't think I can get to the other. That might be too high for me. Yep. Oh, come. Okay, I'm gonna have to tighten that back up. I need to adjust. What's wrong? What? I can't get back into it now? Now that it's busted? That's kind of weird. Oh wait, maybe I still have it on the tool. Yeah, that was it. I need to straighten out the bucket, I think, which is gonna take a little time. Wow, look how slow this is. Yeah, I've got this going full. I've got the stick all the way. So it's not, has nothing to do with me trying to be gentle. Okay, let's see. Should be low enough to take off now. Man, how much hydraulic fluid can there possibly be in that line? I should have brought my pickup truck up here. Matter of fact, I think I will. Because I've got two things I need to take. So yeah, I really can't get mad at these breakdowns because, oh man, I left, oh wait, no, I didn't leave the lights on. Hey, look at, I have a nice pile. Okay, so we need to, I'll probably order 2 hydraulic, since I have, I mean, it doesn't make sense just to order a single one. Okay, so while I'm here, whoops, we'll take out that. We'll play dentist. Come on, buddy. There you go. Pop. Put that in the back of the truck. Why is this line so far back? Okay, so now we're gonna get this line. And it's amazing, once I pull this line off, did I not loosen it all? Okay, that's loose. Hey, that's a pretty neat trick. Okay, so we need to order a, okay, so let's stick that in there. First we'll order the parts we need. Whoa. Drifting. The Gold Rush Drift coming to a claim near you. Yeah, that's good. Just crushing. Now, how did that fence not break? Okay, let's. Man, why is that trailer hitch still glowing? That's kind of strange. Okay, so we need hydraulic. Come on, go back. Okay, we need a hydraulic line. Let's see. How is it possible that I earn less gold with excavator than on hog pan? I have mobile wash plant, a magnet machine, automatic cleaner for gold, and another. Wow. The only thing I can think is, I'm sure you know that that certain certain areas of the property have different quality of gold, and that's the only thing. I mean, now the first question I would ask you is: this happened more times than the one digging in the same area? So, in other words, did you restart the game and the same issue came up the second time, or have you moved your wash plant to another area and to see if you had the same results in another area? Because it is conceivably possible to be on bad ground. To be on ground that doesn't produce as much, I should say. When you're digging with your shovel in the first area, I kind of, I personally think that the ground is richer gold-wise. But that's just a guess. I'm not a developer, so I'm not exactly sure how they coded that in. But like I said, for some time, quite some time, they have included a system where certain plots, I guess you could call it, of the ground have different, variable quality in gold. And the only way you can really tell if you're on a good gold area is to buy the drill. Now, unfortunately, it costs a lot to buy the drill. And actually, personally, I don't think the drill is a good. I gotta restart the game and 2 times. Third time moved to the wash plant, nothing changed. Wow. I've never noticed that. Now, I'm not sure if Morton is still around. Morton plays the game quite a bit as much. I've never noticed that. Another fact for me, I always have better results gold-wise, just because of the vast volume. I always have better results. There we go, just knock everything over. With the excavator. Now, I upgraded to the large excavator so I can fill up the wash plant faster. But yeah, I've never come across that issue. That's strange. Have you posted anything in the forums? I will say Code Horizon is usually pretty good about, I'm going to do something here soon just to, I'm thinking about, I want to show you something. I'm not sure how to do it. I'm going to save the game here in a minute after I fix this stuff. And I'm going to show you the, on the mobile one. Okay, but what Gurak is saying, hopefully I pronounced that properly, is that he gets better results with the shovel over on the other side of the stream, if I'm not mistaken. Which seems very odd to me. I believe that's what he's saying, which sounds awfully odd to me. So what he's saying is that gets better results gold-wise with a shovel. Now here's something you might try just to test the theory. Take your shovel and come out to this land and try to go through the ground that way. See if you get as much, see if your results vary at all. Okay, now I can't see anything. There we go. I seem to be going through teeth like crazy. Okay, I didn't know I was getting into this to be a dentist. Yeah, that's what I thought. I imagine what kind of results you would get. Yeah, imagine I'm sure the results that you get in that area over there is probably the same as if now let me show you. I'm not going to buy the drill, but here's a different, okay, I'm basically digging in this area here. Oh, geez. I just get to advance to level 3. Whoopie-doo. So, you can buy the drill, and each one of these will be between a small amount of gold and this to plenty. I'm willing to bet, now let's see, I think that area that you're digging in is probably like right over here. I'm willing to bet that is dark yellow. Over here, you can find the very dark yellow, but you need to drill. And once you get that, I'm wondering if now, Morton, 25 grams. Okay. Now, I'm wondering if, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm wondering if I found a plot with dark yellow, which is the richest dirt possible in the game, if it would be on par with the ground on the other side of the little stream. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting situation. Okay, speaking of interest, I better go fill that up so I can continue to dig. Yeah, we are. Come on, you can get it. Okay. Now, like I said, eventually I'm going to have to Okay, now we're all fixed. And spayed, neutered, all that good stuff. Oh, come on. I just destroyed 2. Son of a biscuit. I heard 2 snaps. Why is it that all this time I've been doing okay, and then all of a sudden I'm just starting to break teeth like there's no tomorrow? Now let me see if I can see my... Yeah. Well, let's see if I can dig it. I can't keep affording this kind of downtime. I've got 2 teeth right next to each other that are screwed. I'm on the first location right now. Now the fact... Yeah, that's true. Grams will be a lot higher, significantly higher. So the 25 grams, that's not even an ounce. But yeah, I always start on the first location. The reason why is the lease is far more generous for new... boy, this is... Okay, this is being finicky. Okay, I need to really fill these buckets. I'm running out of money. So I'm going to focus on this over here. Now it's having trouble digging. Yeah, you should never start on another claim, because the reason why is on other claims they're going to ask for a higher percentage of the gold you find, plus you're going to have to pay a lease on the property on top of that. So you're going to have to spend more money for other claims than what you spend on the first claim. Well, the only other thing I can suggest is if you really feel like your game is broken, because if it was a game, then we'd all have problems. Oh wow, I can't reach the bottom. Okay, I didn't realize I was getting that deep. But the only suggestion I can give you, if you feel like it's an issue with the game itself and a problem, completely uninstall the game and reinstall it. Usually if there is a problem with the game, which I'm not convinced there is, but if there is a problem, that should fix it. You know, the best advice I can give you is to go onto the Steam forums for the game. If someone else has had this problem, it'll definitely be on the forums. A lot of people are not shy from expressing their discontent. So that would be my first recommendation, is go to the forums. I mean, that's what the forums are there for. You'll find that most people... Yeah, it's a really great game, in my opinion. And you know, like I've said before, even if it was mining for coal, I think people would like it. I think a lot of the attraction is just playing with heavy equipment. But hopefully you have a controller, especially once you get to the excavator. Using mouse and keyboard with the excavator is it's doable. It's just more challenging. But yeah, I do enjoy this game. I've been playing this game more since it came out last October. We just had its 1 year anniversary, so to speak. Gave a copy of the game away during the anniversary weekend. And like I said, you don't have to be a fan of the show to like the game. I enjoy watching the show just purely for, just the documentary aspect. I mean, they leave a lot out, but the failure rate, again, what? Again, you scumbag. Man, why is this thing spamming now? Okay, why are my bots spamming? That's just wrong. Yeah, there are a number of dedicated streamers that have streamed this since it came out. Now, there were problems when it came out originally. Most games have issues. Can't believe this. I should have bought both. So yeah, I mean, the game did have problems in the beginning. And now that's funny. One bot is penalizing or warning another bot. Oh gosh. Now that is funny. Actually, I'm not sure how in the hell Nightbot is still in here. I thought I got rid of Nightbot. I guess it's true. You can never get rid of Nightbot. Oh, come on. Really? Okay, let me... But yeah, in the beginning there were problems with the game. Most streamers, the problem is when you got to the tier 3 wash plant, the game would significantly slow down. Okay, is this low enough? No. Crap. When you got to the tier 3 wash plant, the game would come to a crawl. And just to kind of give a little history of the game, Discovery Channel asked for the game to be developed, and either that or they might have been approached. I'm not sure which. But Discovery Channel insisted that this game must be released the same day that the new season of Gold Rush aired. Now, this was last October, the 13th, Friday the 13th of October last year. The developer went to Discovery Channel saying, we need more time, it's not ready. Discovery Channel said, too bad, it needs to come out. So the game was released against the advice of the developer, and as a result, like I mentioned before, once you got to the tier 3 wash plant, it became a PowerPoint presentation, for lack of a better word. And unfortunately, a lot of streamers got very impatient and angry, especially the large streamers, and they decided to condemn the game and basically call it trash, etc., all that good stuff. And yeah, I think that was very unfair to the game. Wait, what the heck is going on now? So, long story short, the developer, I mean, they worked their asses off. I have to admit. Yeah, you have to give credit where due. They worked their asses off, making changes, fixing problems, and now we have a game that is very playable. You can get a tier 3. Whoops. Yeah, let it roll off. Tier 3, tier 4 wash plant going with no lag. Depending on your system, of course. Some people might have more dated systems. So yeah, it's really, they've earned a lot of respect from me. Just the way they've conducted themselves in the good and bad times for this game. So now, obviously, it's a game that is, I mean, yeah, like every other game, it has its problems, but there's no problems that should drive anyone away from wanting to buy it. Okay, so we need, see, I knew I didn't buy too many. I should have put both sides on. It's a good rule. If you change the hydraulic line for one side, you might as well change it for the other. And we have 2 teeth out. I might as well take all the teeth with me. This excavator likes to eat. I think the excavator's eating jawbreakers and breaking its teeth that way. Kind of cool how this, those teeth are basically standing straight up. That's it. That was interesting. And that trailer here just still glowing like something wants to be connected to it. Okay. Now, I do have a complaint. Why is it we can only carry one cable or one of anything? Why can't we carry multiple cables, multiple buckets? Buckets you can usually stack one inside the other. Of course, I imagine these teeth are relatively heavy, so I guess we shouldn't really complain about that. Okay, let's get this going. We need to make money. We need to back up our vehicle too. Okay. So yeah, there were growing pains, but the game has really come out the other end far better. Boy, that was... and of course you can turn off or on the damage. So I do have an option if I don't want to... Whoa! Flying teeth. Where'd that tooth go? Oh, there it went. Okay, now, was it this side? Yeah. And I've got well over 400 hours in this game. I've streamed for about 6 months now. I try to stream this game once a week. I stream it off stream quite often. In my opinion, it's a great game to kind of chill out with. If I'm stressed, I'll start the game up and make me feel a little better, especially before turning in for the night. Okay, now, how do I separate the good, bad, and ugly? Well, it's obviously bent. The saber tooth, it's kind of funny how these come off. Somehow I don't think in the real world they come off and go on as easy as this. If they were this easy to change, I think they'd be falling off all the time. Okay, now let me find that tooth that flew off. Okay, here we the only thing I really don't like, and I guess I could sleep, but from a streaming point of view, it makes it difficult to stream when there's so much night, so much dark time in the game. As a streamer, you don't want darkness. Makes it hard for people to see, as we know from truck simulators, etc., etc. Okay, let's get back up in mine. I turn this off. Let's top this off. Now, like I said, on my off days, on my off days, we move the computer so it's closer to the TV in my office. So soon I'll be able to get my steering wheel going and to be able to play more driving games. Hopefully I'll have it. Oh man, hopefully I'll have it in time for Farm Simulator 19. Now, where's my mechanic through all these problems? Oh, and didn't I hire a mechanic to help with issues like this? Wow, really? Why does it act like that's such hard rock? So, now if you are an impatient type person, this game it's kind of hard to advance. If you just want to get in there and start with a tier 3 wash plant, yeah, you have ways. You can do $1. Switch it to $1 for each item. And like I say, my whole motto is, if you enjoy playing the game the way you play it, then you're playing the game the way you should play it. So if you don't want to focus on the economical side of the game, you can just switch it. So each item costs $1. And you can get a wash plant going from the very beginning. It's not my place to say if you're wrong or right. And like I also say, there's only one exception to that rule. and that is multiplayer. You should never use trainers or cheats or anything like that when you're in multiplayer games. Okay, I'm gonna have to back this up, get fuel. Yeah, it's doing that in multiplayer games is inexcusable in my opinion. The way I look at multiplayer games is everyone. Okay, let me see if I can steal. I think. Oh yeah, this is multiplayer games. Everyone on these servers paid as much or more than the next person. They didn't pay all that money to become one person's entertainment, as they use software and other issues with games to walk through walls, shoot through walls, shoot from across the map. I've seen that so many times. You see people just go shoot. You're spawning and you see someone, you get killed by someone that's in their spawn area. It's like, that's not cool. The way I see it, if you don't, okay, well I guess this is, if you don't possess the skills to, kill others without cheats or manipulating the software, then be like the rest of us. Take your killing like a man or woman. Be proud of dying. It's a game. It's not like real life. It's not like you're gonna impress the girl next door. It's like, oh wow, that guy has talent. He knows how to cheat like the best. So, he can cheat better than the best of them. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Aw, it won't let us start the engine. Oh well. Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of steered me away from multiplayer games. Is this people suck at games so bad that they'll use trainers and all this, and they'll get an advantage and they'll thump their chest and all big and bad when everyone in the room knows that they're cheating. Okay, let's see if we can do this without taking any of our other teeth out. We've almost replaced every tooth in this bucket. What would be cool if they added the ability to attach different ends, like a hook for permafrost, etc. I know that's asking a lot. The game wasn't designed to work that way, but that would be fun and realistic. I'm just so glad that permafrost is actually now a real thing in the game, not just something to make the bulldozer, for example, just look cool. I swear this thing has a vacuum on it. Look like it sucks up the dirt. It's like a liposuction. Take the pounds off that mountain. Now, for those who are new and those that are starting to play this game, be very careful with your seasons. When winter comes, put things away. Make sure if you hire people, make sure you have extra money in the bank. Because as you go to your hotel to supposedly sleep for the winter, your workers still want to be paid. I would say don't go into the winter. If you have employees, don't go into the winter with less than 80,000, depending on how many workers you have. If you have 2 workers, I think probably about 60, 70K should cover it. And also have enough money left over for when you do go back to your claim, you can repair damage. You will have damage due to frozen environment. Equipment doesn't like to be in below zero situations. Man, why is this? Come on, Bucket. Why are you acting like a spaz? And never run out of money when you have employees. I did that in another game. I play this game as realistically as I can, so if I run out of money, I start the game over. So what happened is I had a worker that ran the wash plant that, just like now, they switch buckets for me automatically when the bucket gets 100%. So I run out of money, which meant, there's no such thing as loyalty in this game. You run out of money, your workers just say, see ya. And I played the game for quite a while after that and never found another worker that would work the mobile wash plant. Now you can hire a worker that has skills in something else, completely train them up, and then retrain them in any area you want, but that's gonna cost you. So yeah, I would say I went the entire season and never found someone that wanted to work the wash plant again. So that was a mobile wash plant, I should say. So that was a bummer. So yeah, don't run out of money. So, any of you watched Gold Rush, the series? If so, who do you think anyone's gonna come out of the season just completely bust? Is someone else gonna pull Todd Hoffman? And by the way, I do have a great deal of respect for the Hoffman family. They did something that most of us would be too afraid to. But do you think anyone's gonna come out of the season, with, a season kind of like the Hoffmans had a few times? Now, Safe Money would say, yeah, Rick Ness. What do you think about that screw with that wash plant? I mean, that was just, when they were setting it up, I was thinking, man, if they get a problem, it's gonna wash that dirt away. And sure enough, yeah, see it switch. So one last bucket and then we can do a cleanup. And a lot of people look at now the bad guy. It's no longer the Hoffmans. A lot of people consider the Hoffmans to be the devil in that show. Now a lot of people say, "Oh, it's Tony Beats," because of how he's treating poor Parker. I mean, Parker didn't read the contract well enough, so here's the way I look at the contract issue between Tony and Parker. Tony knows what ground he's offering. He knows, Parker left last season saying that there's another 8,000 ounces that are there for the taking. Now, if Parker thinks that he's the only one that knows that, then yeah, something's wrong. Tony definitely knows that. That's why he can ask for that. It is an unfair high percentage, but Tony knows he has a crap load of gold just waiting to be taken in that area. So, when you know you have a sure thing, you can obviously ask more. So I can see that point. A lot of these other claim owners, they don't know what gold they have. So 10%, that's the basic, that's your basic deal. And a lot of those miners that sign deals like that end up bust. The one thing about, in my opinion, the one thing that Tony, he's not babying Parker. Of course, if you look at his own children, he doesn't baby them either. He's a little easier on his daughter. I think most fathers can say that. That's fairly common. But yeah, he's not easy on his own kids, so I don't know why anyone would expect him to be easy on Parker. Oh man. Oh, I thought something broke again. Okay. Yeah, I get what Parker's trying to do. I would try that too. Be independent. Mind your own land. That's everyone's goal. But he had 8,000 ounces just waiting to be picked. And yeah, that would have meant almost $2 million for Tony, but look at how many millions of dollars for Parker that would mean. And as far as the first episode, both Parker and Tony were wrong and right. Tony could have given permission to run water across his land for Parker to use, which would have made the process with the government go far smoother. That said, Tony was right in that Parker needed to get the permits to run water. So they were both right, they were both wrong. And neither one of them wanted to concede anything. They were too stubborn. But one thing the show needs to show, and I really don't mean any offense to anyone. Gold Rush the show needs to show someone completely failing. Because everyone they've showed on the show has had success, even the Hoffmans. The Hoffmans walked away from. I don't get it. They left the Klondike with the best season ever, only to go to what they started out in Oregon, ended up in Colorado, and barely salvaged the season. So yeah, that's strange in itself. Turn on that. Okay. Okay, so cleanup time. %50%. Definitely gonna have to get a big generator. But I'm with oh come on, Merton was saying that they need a generator that's between this and the large generator. Basically, they need a mobile wash plant. Oh, a mobile generator, my mistake. Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night. So they need a trailer, and it would be kind of cool if they actually had a trailer that served as not only a wash plant or a generator, but a water pump as well. You know, have a dual role. Okay, let's do our cleanup. Hopefully I'm hoping to get at least 10 ounces. I doubt if we'll do that, but let's see how much we do get. Okay. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting enough money to start a tier 3 wash plant. This mobile wash plant is okay, but I need a bigger operation. And when I get to that point, I'm gonna start with a minimal wash tier 3. I'm not gonna have the little every little thing set up to it. I'll have a shaker, a trommel, and a few sluice boxes. That's it. I'm just gonna start with 4 pieces. We'll add on to it later. But yeah, you need a shaker, a trommel, and 2 sluice boxes to begin with. And actually 5 parts. You need something to take the tail ends away. Okay, so we're at halfway there to our 10 ounce. The game is, I don't know, that's strange. Seems like it gets lower. Should have had far more. You know, it seems like the game constantly has new ways of capturing gold. You know, the last thing they added was the thing using a tiny shovel, which I call a cat box cleaner. This little shovel here. Well, where is it? Come on, don't be shy. Oh, there it is, way up there. See, that's a cat box pooper scooper size. Okay. So, well, we might actually make my 10-ounce prediction. Yeah, see, we're not getting 100% here. It's only getting like 24% full on this. But yet you end up with 99% here, and 1% of the dirt goes to the magnetite, which will help in the long run. You need magnetite to train the blacksmith. Oh man, really? Oh, you suck. Really? Damn it. Well, I guess we can dig on the ground. Actually, let me try that theory after we do this. I can't believe I did that. Let me test something. Come here, buddy. We're gonna test something. No, we're not testing that. Come here. Sit. Okay, I'm gonna test something. I'm gonna see if we can. I've never tried this before, so I don't know what the results will be. Actually, we lost the dirt right under here. Yeah. Sometimes you can actually capture or recapture. Oh, here we go. Let's go with this. So let's compare that to just raw material. Buckets full. Okay, so we got that full. So let's see what we end up with. Just doing this out of curiosity. Now logic does say that we should get some gold. So we're at, yeah, we're at just above 10. Just gonna see if it's even worth it. Yeah, like it's not even worth it. It's a drop in the bucket. I don't even think we got a quarter ounce. Okay, so we're gonna start back up, obviously. It's not worth going to the town. Going to the town just for 10 ounces. However, we gotta watch our money. Because, like I said, we run out of money, we lose our workers. Right now, I have 3 workers that are helping me quite a bit. One of them keeps the excavator going, moving faster. One helps keep those buckets in rotation, so I don't have to continue to get out and switch buckets manually. And one is a general mechanic that's supposed to keep things, to fix things when they break down. Really? Come on, buddy. I think the game gets more exciting once you get a bigger wash plant, so might have to play a little offline just to get us to the wash plant phase. But if you remember with the Hoffmans, that first year they had minimal equipment. I still don't know how they got the money. Well, I take that back. They did sell an airport that they supposedly owned. They might have been partial owners, I'm not sure. Not sure how individuals like that would actually own their own airport. The controls are seeming a little sluggish for some reason. Now see, that kind of random nugget is, yeah, I wish they would take out that large of a random nugget. They should have a slider instead of simply on and off for different features. Let us have a slider that adjusts the possibility and the maximum nugget size, perhaps. Sometimes sliders are not as bad of an idea as some think. And I think with the random nuggets in particular, I would like to have a slider instead of just simply on and off button. Now, if you're going to do a mobile wash plant, the ideal situation for a mobile wash plant is the large excavator, since it can nearly fill up the wash plant up to 50% from empty if you got a full bucket. The small wash plant, or the small excavator, I think you can get maybe 20% max, somewhere around there. So that just means less rounds to fill up each bucket. Personally, I don't think the mobile wash plant's a bad idea. What I'd really like to do is get the drill, see what the best gold is, move my whole, my wash plant, mobile wash plant, excavator, pumps, all that, move it to that location and focus on that gold. Somehow I think I'm losing more dirt than I really should be. So as I always say, if there's a game or mod or anything that someone would like to see, feel free to message me. It's not like I'm gonna, send a rude comment back. If there's a mod and any truck simulator, farm simulator, you name it, train, some of the train games, you name it. City Skylines, which I need to get back into. Or if there's another game out there that you say, hey, that sounds kind of interesting. In Steam alone, I have about almost 350 games. Then on Origin, I have a crap load of games, not to mention all the games that are put out by others. So I might have a game that you like to see. Unfortunately, I can't read minds, so input would greatly be appreciated. Oh, come on. Why is this getting jammed? I think I'm getting down too deep. Now, I've watched some people play this game and they use the bulldozer with great precision. I mean, they're able to level areas. The bulldozer, in my opinion, should give you the ability to move your wash plant anywhere you want. The tier 3 wash plant. Some people are really good with the bulldozer and they can adjust elevation of land however they want. Personally, I'm not as talented with the bulldozer. I just know how to screw up the ground and make it look like a something for the dirt bikes to jump on and all that. So yeah, anyone that's interested in purchasing this game, check out their website. Look at their planned schedule for what they want to do with the game. So far, Code Horizon has, how should I put it, has kept a promise as far as their roadmap. Everything they said they would do, or so far has happened, or is close to being implemented. And that's hard to find this day and age. Now, I'm sure I'm gonna get a few people angry at me, but games like Ark, I didn't like how that was handled. You know, it was still in early access, but yet they were already selling DLC for the game. I thought that was wrong. And then I forget if it was Ark that all of a sudden the developer said, okay, the game's finished. Here's the final release. And people were saying, wait, there's still a lot that needs to be fixed. I'm not sure if it was Ark or another one, but you have to be careful this day and age. I think what really makes this a good game as well is the fact that no one else thought about making a game like this. Yeah, we have our construction simulator games, but has anyone tried to use the heavy equipment, you know, move dirt around in those games? Nothing compared to this. I think, you know, it would really be nice if they combined some of these games together. Man, this thing is getting a little gutless. I think I was too high up. gotta be careful, don't want to overfill. In fact, while that's doing that, let's make sure we have, might as well just fill this up while I'm here. Now once you get a full wash plant, tier 3, tier 4, or whatever, once you get a completely set up wash plant, if you really will be having huge cleanups, unless you're just on garbage for dirt. Come on, I got too low. Yeah, good job. Dump the dirt everywhere. No one cares. I tell you, any good miner should come to land after I'm done. As much as I'm missing. When I started streaming this game, I got a little too ambitious. There's a widely unknown regulation in a lot of mining, and it's, even with gold miners, and that is, obviously when you're mining for gold, you need to get down to bedrock. So, and then you end up with bedrock showing up in, big, huge, multi-football sized pieces of ground, and piles of processed dirt elsewhere. So a lot of countries like the US, Canada, have laws that tell miners, once you've processed the dirt, you must put that dirt back on that bedrock, so so nature can take it over again. So, I had the wise idea, since the game doesn't mention that or say, give any indication whatsoever of that law, I was going to set out and mine every piece of dirt on the claim. That was such a ridiculous goal. I actually worked on that for 3 months. And finally I just decided, hey, I'm just getting burned out of doing the same thing over and over. The same ground. I want to move around a little. Yeah, I had a crap load of money, but, in this game, especially, when you get enough money, you want to move on to another claim, get into a different environment. And one thing that's kind of interesting now with seasons, I'm curious to see how that's going to affect that kind of gameplay. Now looking around Twitch the last couple of days, whoops, okay, especially the last couple of days, people seem to be happy again. Their favorite Twitch streamers are back and streaming again. Things seem to be back, the way it should be in the world. I've watched a lot of followers go into their streamers' channels and express how much they've missed them and all that. So it's nice. I know their streamers really feel good, receiving those kind of messages. Only thing I get concerned about with my background in psychology is the fact that some people might be getting a little too addicted to relying on certain streamers to fill a void in their day. I remember back during the first Iraq War, first time that war was televised 24 hours a day on TV. A lot of people sadly got so addicted to watching that when the war was over, they literally didn't know what to do with themselves. Some of them got to the point where they had to get counseling. I mean, it wasn't hugely widespread, but it was a problem that really hadn't been, an issue before. Yeah, people actually got addicted to watching the war live. They basically programmed CNN into their remotes. And when they woke up, and I was helping counseling some of these individuals. They'd wake up, they'd turn the TV on, straight to that channel. Some of them admitted, actually a lot of them admitted to calling in sick a number of times just because something was happening on CNN war-wise that was just too interesting to pass up. So yeah, just like I'm not saying that streamers are as exciting as actually I don't think watching a war should be exciting, to be honest. But streamers shouldn't be as captivating, but they are. People actually get the streamer becomes a huge part of their day, and then when the streamer's gone for a while, they don't know what to do. It's not the streamer's fault. Nothing the streamer can or should do to change anything. But I have heard of some streamers getting death threats, telling them if you take time off again, you're gonna be killed. And I mean, jeez. Okay, how much more do we? 27%, and is this our last bucket? This is our last bucket. So after this, hopefully we can do, after this we can ram our teeth into the ground and destroy more equipment. And after this, hopefully we can, I want to take our magnetite trailer and try to sell some stuff and at least train the mental blacksmith on how to do his job. I'd rather be training myself. Get my own smelt. And even Parker smelts his own gold. Even though his gold tends to be a little on the dirty side. It's not pure. It's not as pure as others. So, you know, and that's another thing I want to bring up. Okay, the season premiere of Gold Rush, Tony Veit's daughter brought, I think Monica, brought in dirt that was left over from the last season. Now that dirt had a noticeable large amount of magnetite in it. I mean, it was pretty black. But yet the host of the show just they didn't mention, well, yeah, the show didn't mention, well, yeah, they measured this many, but after taking out the impurities, it was actually this amount of gold. So are they wrongfully counting magnetite in the gold? You know, gold that has magnetite in it. Are they actually including that weight in the count? To me, that doesn't seem right. Another issue I have is I noticed the count for Tony Veit's was off a little bit. It seemed like they included the 100 ounces that he demanded from Parker. So are they counting that in the count, the end count as well? I mean, you know, they need to. I think the host of the show or narrator or someone with the show needs to kind of explain things a little better. Yeah, because that first cleanup, man, why can't I swivel the bucket? This bucket gets stuck too often. I mean, other shows like Hot Tuna, or not Hot Tuna, Wicked Tuna, you know, it's a certain weight. You know, there's nothing else that's, you know, you have your dressed weight, nothing changes. With gold, your weight, the ounces of gold change after you remove the impurity. And with Parker smelting his own gold, you know, he might have more impurity, more magnetite in his end gold than others. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so we can fill this up. We're going to do a cleanup. We're going to take it into town. We're going to back up our tractor before it runs off the road. Or runs down the cliff, I should say, runs off the road. Okay, so we're gonna fuel. Uh-oh. Wait, what's broke? Did I break another tooth? Now, it should show me red where there's damage. I'm assuming it's a tooth. But, oh, dude. Oh, I can't. No wonder this seems sluggish. Oh, man. I didn't put the. Wait, no, there's a hose up there. Okay, I'm going to unplug this. I need to figure out what's damaged. Uh-oh. That's almost empty. Actually, let me go turn off. No, I think I have a tooth that's gone bad. Whoops. Up. No, let's not pull the truck off the ground. Okay, so there we go. Let's do this. Yeah, that's the damage. Okay. Now, are these all damaged? This one looks like it might be okay. Oh no. Do I not have a undamaged? Oh wait, here we go. Okay. Kind of weird how these supposedly just pop in. Something tells me that they would. Now, when I had the acquaintance, I should call it acquaintance, not a friend. When I had the acquaintance I know that drives the excavator, check out the game, we didn't have parts that broke. So I don't know how these. Obviously, I could find out easily. YouTube is your best friend when you want to learn things. I've always been a huge fan of YouTube. If you need to learn something, doesn't matter what it is, you just get on YouTube and yeah. Okay, now this is going to be a little problematic. Hey, the light went away. The glowing hitch. Okay, so let's take this down. Obviously, we'll have to refuel this again. Drift in. Did I actually get stuck on a wire? Okay, I think I got stuck on a wire. So we're going to do this cleanup, and I think I'll end the stream with that. We're at 4.5 hours, which is about my average. I don't stream as long as a lot of people do, I admit. Due to my disability, I just run out of energy. Besides, if I talk too much, you'll get spoiled. Just kidding. I don't believe that. Now, if I could, if I could stream longer, I would. The, what the hell? It like lodged that, whoa. Dude. I'm being sucked into the trailer. Like I've got magnets in my pocket or something. Okay, let's kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. Actually, oh wait, we need the water pump still. Alright, jump rope time. Wow, even fueling that up, we're taking fuel in faster than we're putting it out. That means our fuel output is could be better. Need to put a bigger hose on this, a thicker hose. Okay. Wow, how am I moving this? Like I'm being sucked to it, literally. I don't know what's up. Oh yeah, this game is addictive. I mean, if you like this kind of game, it's highly addictive. I've been playing this game for, well, since it was first released, at least a couple times a week, each time. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Actually, I'm going to take this back up top. Then we'll do our cleanup, then we'll go into town and do all that fun stuff. Yeah, like, I mean, I will never tell someone that they have to buy a game or they shouldn't buy a game. All I will say is if I enjoy a game, I'll say it. I enjoy the game. If I don't like a game, I'll say that as well. But yeah, this game has, in my opinion, this game has really been fun. And I think a large part why it's so interesting is just the fact that you get to play with big equipment. And the fact that they've added the ability to experience breakdowns, yeah, I think every one of us who has really been huge fans of the game all say the same thing. Multiplayer would definitely help the game big time, especially when it comes to equipment such as the when it comes to things such as the dump truck. Who wants to get out of an excavator, get into a dump truck, drive the dump truck all the way over, dump the material, go back out to the excavator, jump into the excavator, and do it all over again? Now, multiplayer would be far better, especially with equipment like the dump truck. You basically have one or two people running excavators, two people running dump trucks. So you have a constant stream of dirt being fed into the wash plant. Okay, I'm gonna turn, where's the other, okay. I'm gonna turn this generator on, we need light. Whoops. What? There we go. Okay, turn on this generator's for the wash plant lights. This one is for our cleanup equipment. So let's do a cleanup. But yeah, it's definitely multiplayer would have made the game better. Kind of like construction simulator games. You can have up to 6 people, or 4 people, I'm sorry. Yeah, 6 people. 4 people working on a single mission. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense to me. Whoops, I'm getting ahead of myself. It makes sense to me. I mean, yeah, just imagine if you have even just a single person with the excavator and 3 people or 2 people with the dump truck, 2 dump trucks and another person watching the wash plant and fueling things up or, doing maintenance. Oh man, that would be awesome, in my opinion. That would really bring the game to an entire new level. Looks like it's making chocolate milk or pudding or something. I don't know. Doesn't look like dirt. It's a slurry. Now at Frosty Freeze, get your dirt slurry. Limited time only. And they have said that they will eventually add mods to the game, which is the other issue I've always had with the game. I've always said the game needs multiplayer and the game needs to embrace the mod community. So at least one of those two will become reality eventually. I think they've all but said, I think they basically came out and said multiplayer will never be available in this game. I think just the way it was developed, the coding for the game makes it nearly impossible. But that said, I mean, there is arguments. You can make an argument that it still would be possible third party. Look at Euro Truck Sim 2. It was never intended to be multiplayer, and yet we have a multiplayer mod for it. You can have thousands of people playing in a single game. So there's always a possibility once they make the game, once they add code to make it more mod friendly, someone could very easily develop a mod for multiplayer. Yeah, once you get a big wash plant going, 100-ounce cleanups are not uncommon. Matter of fact, there's one streamer that, oh gosh, he must have 50 mats, 80 buckets, and he basically, fills them all up. He ends up with a huge pile, whoops, wrong place. Huge pile of full buckets, and when he does a cleanup, wow. He usually gets 1,000+ ounces easy. In fact, if he's below 2,000, he's disappointed. So yeah, you can really go to the extremes. To me, it's not as realistic when you do it that way. But like I always say, it's your game played the way you want. There's no wrong, there's no right. I try to do things more, I guess, leaning towards the simulation aspect. Not just magnetite. We're going to take the magnetite trailer, even though it's not going to be a lot. We need the magnetite to train the stupid blacksmith. Okay, wait, where's our trailer at? Over here. Yeah, we only have 1%. Did I grab the wrong bucket? I hope I grabbed the wrong bucket. Yes, I did. I grabbed the gold bucket. Go figure. Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell? Actually, they rework that, and let me show you that in a minute. Let me go do this. They completely reworked the employee. Oh, we got another whole 1% to make 2. When the game first was introduced, you could hire workers to, basically run an excavator, hire them to, run different machinery. And when they worked, you could basically hop in the same vehicle that they were assigned to work and basically double. It would basically be like 2 people using the same piece of equipment. Not that realistic. Okay, we need to get over here. But they've reworked that, and I'll show. Actually, I think I better go forward. I'll try to show just how before I go into town. Man, why won't the reverse lights stay on? Okay, that sucks. I have played in the dark. Not sure why the developer thinks that the reverse lights only turn on when you're actually pushing the gas going backwards. Okay. We're taking this with us. Okay, I'm gonna drive this up here for a minute, and I'll show you in the tent how the workers work now. And I think it's a huge improvement. I did not like how it used to be, and plus the way the workers performed before, well, for lack of a better word, it sucked. I think we need to change our brake pads. Kind of getting a little funky there. Okay, so the way workers operate now, okay, as you can see, we have to switch the mouse. We have a mechanic on parcel 1, which is the claim we're on now. As you train him up, he'll be able to do various things. So let's go to, okay, let's look at this. He's main skill excavator, so I have him working the excavator. What he does is, okay, at the first level, he speeds up the use of the hydraulics, which is basically your bucket and arm. Makes that move faster, which is a huge increase. I mean, you really do want that. Obviously, second level 2, it's at 11.12% malfunction, a decrease, negative 11.12 malfunction rate. So you'll have 11.12% less chance of malfunctions. And of course, the next level I have to train them up would be level 3, which is 27.8% chance of auto repair and to 30% durability. Now the one I like the most, this one is good because it allows us to mine faster. This one is the one I like the most, which is the mobile wash plant. The first level is auto swaps buckets from area nearby. So you can have the bucket on the wash plant plus 3 additional buckets. And as soon as the one in the wash plant gets up to 100%, that worker will automatically switch it out for an empty bucket. So you can fill 4 buckets before having to, do a cleanup or whatever. And then I hired a mechanic, which slowly repairs the most destroyed equipment at the highest cost of maintenance, which isn't that good. But each level gets different. And we have a few waiting. This one is front end loader, which I don't own yet, and another excavator. We don't need 2 excavators yet. And actually, I wouldn't hire a second one because we can only drive 1 excavator at a time. So if we move to a new claim, all we'll do is go back to the hired, and we'll just switch him to the other parcel that we moved to. So that's basically how employees work now. Far better than what it was before, in my opinion. It's the issue still remains that you can't see your guys working. That will never change. But at least it's not something where you have someone working the excavator at the same time you're driving it. So basically, the game is, the worker is driving an invisible version of what you're driving. Okay, so we're gonna go down here. We're gonna crash into rocks all over the road. Okay, we're gonna get some magnetite, and we're gonna dump our truck over. Okay, so really wish it were daylight because you can actually see the magnetite. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right here. Okay, so right now we have 836,288 ounces of magnetite. So now we're over this, we can I don't know if you saw it, there was this like liquid. I guess it's to be the granules, I don't know. Okay, so I'm not gonna carry this or tow this all the way into town. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna turn this around this way. So when we come back, we just back up and pick it up, take it back to town, or take it back to the claim. I don't think, let's see, 1900, the silver 1900 magnetite, I don't think we have enough to train. Okay, now I kind of refer, especially to driving, and you have a trailer behind you. It's kind of like, feels more like lunar gravity. I mean, you can have a full fuel tank behind you and it's bouncing up in the air, just going all crazy. So it's not the most realistic. Neither is my driving. You can drift in this, you can do all kinds of fun things if you want. Whoa, that got a little slippery. And I've got the graphics turned up as high as I can. Even with my 1080i, 1080 Ti, I had turned up all the way. So the pauses you see are unfortunately due to the loading of different parts of the map. I'm running a 2080 Ti Founders Edition now, which I see noticeable improvements. I'm really looking forward to trying it with, yeah, we can't even kick that, can we? No. Looking forward to Battlefield 5, which, okay. Oh wait, first. Man, I hate that. Sounds like a time bomb. Let's see, upgrades. Well, we can reduce the time. That might be worth it. We can't do loss. We can do cost or time. I'm gonna do time, and that's magnetite. So let's see if that changes. Usually it's 15 minutes for 20 ounces. It's 7 minutes. Okay, not bad. So we're gonna let that go. So it basically took it down by about half. But we're still losing 2 ounces per every 20. Not good. So yeah, before they added this, magnetite wasn't really worth much at all. Now alternatively, you can take your gold and you can sell gold ore. But if you, as you might notice here, this is why I don't do this, right here. 40% of gold price. So basically you take a 40% hit. Not really what's an ideal situation. So yeah, now we sit, okay, now we have our first shiny bar. Not that shiny, they lied to us. They didn't buff that bar out right. Does that look shiny? I see a lot of blemishes. Okay, let's put it in our pickup truck. And interestingly enough, you don't have to put the gold in your pickup. Whoops, that ended up on the ground, I think. Yeah. I'll show an example. So we'll put this one in our pickup. Let's make sure, actually, let's get this other one processing. I don't like the clicking. But yeah, see look, a 9 ounce takes the same amount of time. Go figure. Okay, let's see if the gold is in our truck. Now before damage and before, okay, yeah, see, there's our gold right there. Before they did all these updates, a lot of us would end up smelting 999 ounce bars and sticking them in our tent and making a pyramid or something like that. So it was kind of fun. Okay. Take our gold. Now, okay, we're gonna stick this 9, what is it? 8.8 ounce bar of gold. We're gonna stick it on this bench, which is gonna levitate. Well, it is Halloween times. So we're gonna go to the bank. Now remember, 8.8 ounce was left behind. So let's go to the bank. Why this the blacksmith does like his pumpkins. He didn't even offer me a pumpkin pie or a piece. How rude. Okay, so first, before we sell, of course we don't have any choice, but it's always good to look at the stock. Look at gold went down again. And this is very realistic. Yeah, see, if I would have came at 4 a.m., it would have been over $12 an ounce. And this is realistic to the gold market. If you actually look at the gold market, now it's not realistic in the way that the prices are what they are in real life now. But if you watch the gold market, okay, I guess it was 8.3, not 8.8. But if you watch the gold market, see, oh wait, even though we left that gold on the bench, we're able to sell it. Okay, so back to my thing is, if you look at the gold market now, in real life, there are a lot of sites you can do so at. You will see that the price of gold will change throughout the day. Sometimes it'll actually change $5 to $6 in a single day. Okay, our debt's going down faster, unfortunately. So the game does a great job at simulating that. So, I mean, there's a lot that the game does very well. I guess before I end the stream, I'll show you how to change a tire. I'm sure you've seen. I'm sure you've changed a tire by now if you have damage turned on, which I highly suggest trying. Even though it can be a little frustrating, it adds just a little more realism to the game. Some people are kind of, stuck. Well, not stuck, but they like how the game operated before they added damaged parts. And to be honest, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should turn it off. It gets in the way of your mind, but that's what it does in real life. Oh, I hate how finicky this gets. Okay, where's our trailer? There's our trailer. It happens too often. Well, is there a particular piece of equipment that gets damaged too much for you? Or is it just random things? There's a big difference between, like say the teeth of the excavator that get damaged too often. There's a difference between that and like, other issues. Just random? Okay. Wow. Now the one thing that happened, the one issue I have, and that's my fault, is I damaged teeth on the excavator too often. No, wait, why won't this hitch up? Oh, because I'm not far enough forward. So yeah, the teeth will damage. But one random occurrence that really became annoying for me was the random bear attacks. 6 repairs per day. Now, do you have yours on hard, normal, or easy? I'm wondering if the level you chose increases. I'll have to try. I put mine on easy and switch things on and off to my taste. Oh, it's normal. Wow, 6 a day? Now that seems very... have you tried have you tried to start a new game? I know that's exactly what no one wants to talk about. It's like, man, I did all this work. I'm not going to start over. Screw that. But the only way you can tell if there's an issue is try it out. Okay, let me disconnect this. Oh, come on, where are you? And actually, I need to sell this stuff. Wow, normal mode is... You know, I'm wondering if it might be like the random nuggets. I think that might be where you could be going wrong. When I turn on random nuggets, the first 10 buckets after I turn it on, I'll get a random nugget every single bucket. And then after a while, it normalizes. Okay, what the hell am I hitting? So, I'm not sure if that's the same. I mean, it might be a problem. Yeah, when you turn that on, you have to leave it on for a number of buckets, and then it'll slow down, because I turned it on during one stream, and every bucket I was getting big nuggets. And one of the viewers did mention, it's like, well, when you turn it on, it takes a while. So it could be, okay, wait, is this one damaged? Kind of hard to tell if it's damaged. I mean, obviously this one's damaged. So if it's anything like that, you might have to just be patient, go through a day of repairs happening. I'll have to try that. I'll have to turn off damage and then turn it back on and see if I'm plagued with some damage. Oh wait, is that a new one as well? I think these ones are fine. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I can't prove that yet. I'll definitely test that in the next week. I usually play this the day or two after the series airs on TV. Okay, I'm gonna stop and we're gonna go to morning, hopefully get some light so followers can actually see, or viewers can see. Okay. Wow, it seems like every day yeah, I'm gonna have to rush to make gold. Okay, I want to show how to tire. I'm not sure, well, since you've done repairs, you know this too well. But for others who might have not seen this, you can actually change tires. You can get a flat. So we're going to change a front tire this time. I know it's still a little dark. My apologies. Okay, well, that can't be up all the way already. Okay, so we're going to take this off. Now, if you're repairing a tractor, I would suggest switching to the mouse, because this is a pain in the ass. This is just 5 lug nuts. On a tractor, you have what? I think 15. I mean, some some huge number. Okay, so you put your drill away. Also, with the keyboard, it's easier to... Wait, did I not? Okay, there we go. Take the tire off. So we're going to put the tire back here. Stay. Okay, we're going to get our spare, which is actually our original tire that came with the truck. This was the rear wheel. We're going to put this on here. I like to kneel down just to get a better angle. It's kind of like they introduced a little bit of car mechanic. And there is a game called Alaskan Truck Simulator that's coming out that kind of has some features like this. It shows you replacing the tire. Yeah, so I'm not sure how extensive it is. Whoops. Okay, there we go. They're all on. And you will go through tires, especially if you wreck like I do. So let's put our spare back in the truck. Always keep a spare if you have damage, on. You never know when you'll get a flat. Okay, so now we want to lower the jack. You would think the truck would have come with a jack. Most vehicles do. So I'm not sure why this didn't. I also wish that we had the ability to buy another truck. I mean, we can buy multiple excavators, we can buy multiple Frankenstein units, and stuff like that. So why can't we buy another truck? Look at most people who mine the first year, even on all those shows, the first year we see most of the successful miners. They've been in these beat up trucks and old campers and all that. The next season, after they've had a good season, you see them in these brand new F-150s and, big travel trailers, all that good stuff. So hopefully I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to get to a tier 3 setup until the next season. We have 8 days till autumn. And I don't want to be setting up a wash plant just in time to take everything down and put it in the garage. Actually, let me go park my truck in the garage. I'm always saying, where's my truck when I start the game? So, I'm gonna see who I can host on Twitch side. Like I said, and now that everyone's back from TwitchCon, and some of them went to BlizzardCon, I believe. Got a whole slew of people. Yeah, you can't put an entire wash plant set up, Frankenstein's, excavators, dump trucks. You can't fit everything in here. And we can't see anything. So there's the garage. I'll have to see if a Frankenstein will actually fit in here. I'm not certain it will. That top part might not. I don't know. I'll have to try that. So, as I always say, if you enjoy playing the game the way you play it, then you're playing the game the way you should play it. In other words, it's your game. Play it however you want. The only exception, as I've mentioned before, is multiplayer games. You should never use any kind of unfair advantage, like trainers, etc., to give yourself an edge over everyone else. If your skills are not edge enough, then you can be just like the rest of us and die honorably. Like I say, everyone on the multiplayer servers paid as much or more than the next person, and they did not spend the money to become one person's entertainment. And I don't know of any woman that has ever said, "Ooh, I just love that man that cheats." No, it's not going to happen. So the only thing you're doing is boosting your own ego wrongfully. So it's something to keep in mind. And that's going to end it for me till Monday, I believe. I will be posting my schedule by the end of tomorrow on Twitter. The post should be down below. So until then, don't drink and drive. And be kind to each other. Life's too short. And thanks for watching. God bless. And we will see you next time. Goodbye for now.